verses beginning from 95, I believe, 95. Yeah. So, they were addressing to Dhul-Qarnayn, and these people were asking him that you construct for us a barrier. We will pay for that some amount of money between us and Ya'juj Ma'juj, Gog Magog, so that they may not come harm us, because they are harming us. They are creating corruption, fasad. Ya'juj Ma'juj, Ufsiduna fil ard, they are doing ifsad on the earth. So, for their own safety, they are saying that we must have a wall, a barrier, so that they may not come and bring corruption to us. Qala, Dhul-Qarnayn said, Ma makkanni fihi Rabbi khayr. Ma, that, what is that? Makkana gave me makan, place. Makkana, makanun, makana, makanun, makkana, mukkina, yumakkinu, yumakkana. Me, Rabbi, my Lord. Fihi, in that, Rabbi, my Lord. What my Lord made me have authority, have a position. That khayrun is better. What Allah gave me as position and authority, as a place, as a power, in which anything He gave me, Allah gave me, is khayrun, better than anything else, because they were suggesting to buy him or to pay for him. He is not conceding. He said, yeah, you are asking me to make wall, and meantime you are suggesting me to pay something. No, I'm not going to sell my expertise, my service to you. My service is not for sale. Allah, what that is given to me by Allah. So that is better than what you are going to pay. There is a big subject, patent, know-how, whether it's saleable in Islam or not saleable. Copyright in a book, that is sellable, not sellable. Or somebody wrote a book, whether he has right to say that copyright is mine. Anybody who does anything, I prevent him doing that. It must be with my permission. And when I give permission for each book, this much you must pay. There is a big subject. My professor is against that. He says, we understand what millions people spend for research, for anything, know-how, discoveries, or for writing a book, but really, perhaps paying reasonable thing for that expenses is understandable, but keeping this know-how and anything for forever, and selling the knowledge, expertise to others is not jais. You are monopolizing something Allah gave you, not letting others freely benefit. Of course, modern issues are a little more complex, not easy, understandable, but as a principle, this is what we see here. There is a big subject whether a scholar could sell his service by being imam, or by teaching, or for teaching Quran or anything reciting Quran could be paid or not. Definitely, first century of Islam, no Muslims would accept any payment for any teaching, for any recitation, for any doing imam or being imam or anything. But later on, Muslim scholars said it is necessary to have a full-time person who will sit here because Ummah is so big, everybody is so busy. It is necessary to have imam full-time, to have a scholar who will teach Quran full-time manner, and to pay that person because of the necessity. Otherwise, how are we going to solve this problem? Also, it is big subject for in medical profession people, whether they can sell their expertise to the sick people who come to them. Today, perhaps nobody is thinking that way, doctors, physicians, but this is a big subject. How can you charge someone who has sickness and you know how to cure, and sitting over there and charging this person instead of you need to go to his house to help him out, to bring all medical things to him, to his house, or wherever is necessary, you must do, community must do. With medicine, with all technical things. We don't deny anybody's effort, spending time and getting this education. The medical field is difficult like any other field. They must be paid something, but disparity, rich, I don't think so at the day of judgment. They will have easy way of going to Jannah. Somebody will say, hey, come here, stop. We have things to ask you. This is all between you and us, not out for public consumption. My relatives may beat me up. My son-in-laws may beat me up, so I don't want to be beaten up at this age.
We have it recorded.
Huh?
We have recorded.
Too bad, too bad. But recorder is so mu'taman, safe and trustworthy. Before I go to other side, will not come out, don't worry. In other side, we will have all problem. Busy, we'll be busy over there. Enough. Islamic system. I always wondered, perhaps I expressed earlier these things some years back maybe. I always wonder how it could be, I mean, a Muslim, Islamic community, Islamic Muslim state, does not find a way to freely accommodate, or very cheap way accommodate housing, because everybody needs house, to all Muslims, all citizens, Muslim, non-Muslim, everybody is human being. And no expense health, no expense medical medicines, also a small land for everybody cheap, and education, no charge, because to allow people to get education in Islamic and in any field is better for whole country. So big chunk of money must go to that direction, real education. I mentioned health, I mentioned marriages, cheap, available, anybody who wants to marry. Children, family, whole country will support you to have family easily, cheap, house, not expensive, and watching people unemployed walking in the street. How a community, a Muslim community could digest anything like that, and hajis, mansions, sit at the top of their mansions, watch the people, poor people walking in the streets, unemployed. They think that they are doing dua or that will be accepted. How? No, no. That dua will not be accepted. Their hajj will not be accepted. If they neglect other people or don't share other people their wealth. And they also will be thinking that society must be fair, everybody must love each other. How people would love if there is this much difference and disparity in income, in spending, in luxury, in means of ways for life? How? Impossible. It never happened. And Islamic system is in that area. That is Islamic system. Everybody is happy, everybody is sharing, everybody is concerned with the health of other people, everybody, neighbor, no neighbor, everybody. If we act that way, you will see how people will be receptive for Islam here in this country. Because in this country we are very minority. So if we can find that type of method, it will work. Dawah, that is dawah. Otherwise will not work as it is happening. Going back to Sir Qala, he said, this is Zulqarnain is saying, I commented on Zulqarnain earlier, I believe, ma that what, Mekkana, mekan, mukina, yumakkinu, mekan, tamkinun, this is taf'il, babu taf'il, what gave me position, me, fihi, in that. This is the Arabic, in which Allah gave me my position, my makan, my power, my state, my position. Rabbi, my Lord, gave me my Lord, khayrun is better than anything you are offering. So this is, I must be clear. I'm not selling anything to you. I'm not expecting any payment from you. This is what he says, principle. Many times when we do something, we expect from other side thanks, which is nothing wrong with that, to expect. Or we may easily say, I did it so, he did not thank, not thankful. Expecting something. I met someone, I think he did something good for me, I mean just regular thing. So I thanked him. He said, no, I don't want thank. Really, I did not like what he said that time. But later on, I thought about that, because I came to know him a little more. Then what he meant, that I don't want to waste my reward here, or make less rewardable, my acts less rewardable at the day of judgment, by kind of reciprocatory, I mean, getting your respond to that, or your thank to that. I want to keep this one into the hereafter, in the hereafter, 100%, not 95.9%. I think I met a hadith, something like that somewhere, so that wake me up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that, thanking, we must be thankful to each other. But what about other side, hereafter? Hereafter is bigger. As I said many times, when we forget hereafter, the moment we forget hereafter, Hisab, Iqab, Jannah, Jahannam, I wonder whether we are culturally or intellectually Muslim or not. I'm not speaking about Aqidah, we may be Muslim, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, we are not anymore kafir that time, alhamdulillah, inshallah. But intellectually we may be secularizing things, like not for the sake of Allah, for other things. Something wrong in there. So it must not be that way. فَأَعِينُونِي فَأَعِينُونِي, you help me. أَعِينُ مَعُونَةْ عَوْن, to help, عَوْن. عَلَيْكَ عَوْنُ اللَّهِ, Allah's help upon you. In mosques in my country, there are small inscriptions hang on the walls from time to time. Some of them are very good. When you go tired, relax, sitting like that, pray namaz and waiting for a half an hour next namaz or something, you see in the wall an inscription. Oh, Buda geçer yahu. This is a Turkish. Buda geçer yahu. These two will pass. So you struggle somewhere, have a lot of problems, sitting namaz, salah, it was Zuhr time or after Zuhr, hot, you washed your arms, your face, your wudu, and entered the masjid, there is nobody, the jama'ah already gone, prayed and then relaxed, and the wall, Buddha geçer yahu. These two will pass. Worst thing before happened to you, they all will forgotten. Why are we worrying that much? Now, these two will pass. Or, عَلَيْكَ عَوْنُ اللَّهِ, upon you, Allah's awn, help. Let help of Allah be upon you. What else you want? So this is أعينوا, عون. أعينوا, the word أعينوا comes from that word. عَوَنَ, أَعْوَنَ, this is أفعل, 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 يفعل, يفعل, أفعل, فاطمة, أفعل, أعين, أعين, أعينوا, you help me, me. Now, بقوة, فأعينوني بقوة, to me, you help me with power. What he is saying, I am alone one person, I know how to do it, but what is manpower? What about manpower? This thing needs a lot of people to work, to build a barrier, a wall. So you will help me. Okay? We call in our culture imece usulü. It is in Turkish. All together. When in village something will be built, so all together go there, arrange themselves, groups, all together. Shift and shift and shift, all together. They help each other, all together. When there is a big land, farm, something needs to be picked up, and there is that will go bad in 3-4 days' time. Everybody, neighbors come all together in one day, they will clean. There may be some sisters need help, no man in the house, all together they help you. Big thing. This Mennonite and many other people who immigrated to this country, they helped each other, they built for that, for newlywed, house, home, all together. Big thing, all together. So this is what he is saying. I will be master, chief of project, manager. You will work and help me out, but with strength, with power, manpower, energy. فَأَعِنُونِي, all works. This is inspired meaning of this. Anything, big project you are doing, there must be one person knowledgeable. Under that person, enough manpower, laborers, working together under him according to plan, so that you may produce that thing, whatever that bridge, house, mosque, to build. Aj'al, I will do. Aj'al, aj'alu. This is conditional sentence. If you help me, I will set, I will make. Aj'al. Beynakum, between you, ve beynahum, and between them, between you and them. Radma, barrier. I will make between you and them a barrier, as you ask, a wall. Atu, bring me. They promised, they said yes. Now he is ordering for building materials. Atu, you bring me to me. Zubar al-Hadid, iron, steel, Hadid, steel. Surah al-Hadid, steel, iron. Zubar, blocks. So, that time, there was iron. These irons had been produced in blocks, pieces. Atuni Zubar al-Hadid. Hatta, until, when sawa, equal, musawi, equal, between as-sadafayni, mountains, two valleys. I mean, you fill those blocks of steels, plates, pieces, big pieces of steel and iron, put over there between these two mountains. قال, he said, انفخوا, you blow. Blow, billows. When you have this iron, when you have some fuel, and this billow, traditional billow, makes this fire stronger and stronger, and these blocks of iron and steel turns it, melts down, melts. That's what he is doing. So it is interesting, they had this industry, heavy industry. Not here, Sulaiman alayhi salam, Surah al-Saba, I believe, I think, yeah, Surah al-Saba. Is it not Surah al-Saba? يعملون له من محاريب وتماثيل وجفان كالجواب وقدور الراسيات اعملوا آل داود شكرا. Sulaiman alayhi salam's jinns, he has jinns, and this big furnace where metals and like big pots, like tanks, boiling, and these metals, these tanks were fixed, could not carry so big, so heavy. And they were heating or melting in it metallic things. Jinns were working under him. So Sulaiman alayhi salam, there was some industry, something like that. Here we see also same thing. قال, he said, انفخوا نفخ, blow. It's not by breath, by billow in this situation, but perhaps an industrial type of billows is the subject here. Hatta, until, إذا جعله, when that made that naren, fire. When that fire and it melted down, it turned to reddish and burning. قال, he said, Atuni, bring me. Now with cups move this melted iron, steel, to the point where walls will be erected. Ufriq, let me empty the cups. Empty the cups. Alayhi, upon that, qitra, lead. So there is iron, there is lead. This lead will mixing or holding pieces with each other. Qitra. So mixture of this steel, iron, and lead melted, so wall. He is feeling that. فَمَا اسْطَاعُوا, they could not do. استطاع, طوع, to be able. استطاع, استفعال باب استطاع. فما استطاعوا, they could not do, and that يظهروه, to overcome. Nobody will trespass. So this Ya'juj Ma'juj would not able to pass through, no hole, no way, and climb up and come down to you. That will be a barrier. وَمَا اسْتَطَاعُوا. Also they will not be able, lahu, for that. Naqba, drill, hole. They will not be able to make holes. This is some industrial things mentioned in Quran. Unfortunately, we don't know where this wall is now. What happened is that, as I commented over there earlier, related with the wall of China, Chinese wall, who these people were, Ya'juj, Ma'juj, who these people, other people who are protected were, when, where, no specific information today. But I think earlier I mentioned in Turkish mythological history or literary epics, dastan, mythology, prehistory, some part is correct, some part is true, some part is not true, so mixed imaginary things, but mixed with truth things. Mythology is interesting, gives a lot of clues. It is a subject, a little bit luxury, but Quran says Arabs are characterizing Quran as mythology, asatirul awwalin, myths of all previous generations. So we need to know them to understand what they thought, Arabs, about Quran. Trinity, today, big subject between Muslims and Christians, difference. It has mythological background. When you go to Greek mythology, when you go to Indian, before Islam, or all mythology, there is Trinity, there is duality, three gods or something. So it is creeping in. Everything has a history, could have a history. Ideas, culture. Muslim, but culture is culture. Idea is idea, literature is literature. Human being is human being. Unfortunately, we don't have Muslim scholars today who would know these pre-Christian civilization and ideas, how it worked into the Christianity. A few days ago, we have discussion group. A few brothers, we discuss things, flow, subject, so subject flow like that, how to communicate with non-Muslims and Jews and things like that. Then I said, hey, are we ready for that? Oh yeah, okay. Do we have any Muslim scholar who knows Hebrew, who knows Greek, who knows Latin, who studied councils and Iznik city from my country, Nicaea, and Cappadocia something, Kadıköy today in Istanbul, a part which the Christian councils met 300 after Jesus Christ AD, before Islam, and they shaped the future Christianity with their decisions. Do we know anybody who knows this text, who knows the details, what was before that? Trinity was not there in Christianity. There were other school of thought which was Unitarian, believing in oneness of God, that time. So they have been suppressed. Do we know who they are? Do we have anybody? No. Then I said, we are not ready that much. Of course, we will not run away from any field. We are there. But what kind of Muslim community we are? Living in a society like ocean. We are nothing like a boat in ocean, so small. But we want to challenge all ocean without preparation, without getting prepared. Problems. So we don't know this mythology. Once I was sitting with I was dean of my college and another colleague, second dean, second college of theology in Ankara. So with this colleague, but that colleague was very cultural, racist type of Turkish nationalist, as opposed to me. I mean, for him, he wrote articles. For him, Turks were already Muslim before Islam, meaning their character, their generosity, their chivalry, their national qualifications were so much fitting to Islam. When Islam came to them, it was no big deal really. They just adapt themselves to Islam. Islam fit to them. They did not fit to Islam. This is a big subject in my country. So they are continuing. They are in government now. Very powerful coalition. That's way of thinking. Parties, political parties, turn to political parties. So then a boy came in, a student. So this student was supposed to prepare a graduation research. To graduate, you need to do a research, write something, and graduate. So this colleague of mine was speaking with him. He said that, do you know Zulkarnain's story in Quran? Because this college of theology. Student said perhaps yes and no. Oh, you study that one. That is Turkish, related with Turkish history, because in Turkish history we have this mythology. People were oppressed, suppressed, attacked by enemies, history, okay? Maybe Chinese, I mean, because Turks were in that part of the world, that's Central Asia somewhere. So they wanted to run away, could not run away, because steep, too high mountains. So a wolf appeared. This is mythology. Wolf took them to a labyrinth, to a way. They have been saved by following wolf from the attack of enemy, and wall and everything is mentioned in that mythology. I am not that much aware of that. So at the top of the mountain, wolf, crescent is like sign, symbol of that theory. A French, Léon Cahun, I believe, person wrote about 50, 60 years ago, Grey Wolf in French, translated into Turkish. A book, Grey Wolf, Bozkurt in Turkish. Bozkurt, meaning Atatürk, meaning this is second coming of saving the nation of Turkey. Wolf, leader, Atatürk. So connecting to that. So very favorable book in that circle. You need to read, you need to memorize and things like that. What did he say? What did they say? But this, my colleague of mine, Dean of College of Theology, was telling to this boy, prepare something about that, go to Tafsir, Hadith, Ayah, this. Exactly this was the subject. Just to one page, Zuhr al-Qarnayn story, Ya'juj, Ma'juj, Hu, Ya'juj, and things like that. Until that time, I did not know this story was related with that. I was, in my way, established, but because I did not have any interest with that subject, with those type of subjects. First time over there, I heard, Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Whole Quran or some part of Quran is related with Turkish history, like that, and mythology. How people understand that way. That professor of mine did not know that when he was struggling to get his associate professorship degree, a committee of professors met years before, and I was student that day. One of my teachers was a part of that jury to evaluate his work. And he lectured and things like that, a specimen lecture. I was only student sitting in that class with next to my professor, because my professor told me, you come here, sit down here, listen. You may get experience because in future you will pass same procedures. So I attended his first lecture, which was about Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls. This is roots of Christianity issue. They found in Dead Sea some scrolls, some 1930s, and Christianity shaken, and rejection, and yes and no, this old document about that. He did not know that I am that person, young colleague. Then later on, he was in my professorship jury, this person. And he is one of the person who opposed my promotion later on. Of course, then later I met him here and there. He was looking at his front, perhaps was ashamed what he did before, could not look at my eyes. But in the day of judgment we will meet. Whether this Zuhr al-Qarnayn is that Zuhr al-Qarnayn and this Zuhr al-Qarnayn. So it has something with my heritage, if you will. I don't know what kind of is my, but it is there, I cannot deny. Qala, he said. Who is saying Zuhr al-Qarnayn? Hada, this is rahmatun, mercy, min Rabbi, from my Lord. This is mercy from my Lord, he said. Finished the job, built wall, with the help and cooperation of the people, did the job, and he is saying, this is mercy from Allah, I managed to do the job. So he celebrated at the end of this work, and for the celebration he is mentioning rahmah of Allah. So celebrating something after building your home, it is not bid'ah to do a little dua. To call me for kebab, it's okay, it's okay. Nothing bid'ah. It is there in Quran. Zuhr al-Qarnayn did. Allah didn't say next ayah, this was too bad what he did, so it is good. فَإِذَا جَاءَ, when comes وَعْدُ رَبِّي, the promise of my Lord, وَعْدُ, جَعَلَهُ, he will make dakka. جعله, Allah will make that wall dakka, dust. This will stay as strong as possible until a time comes Allah decides to destroy. Perhaps day of doomsday, we don't know when that time will come or came, we don't know. Vakana is wa'du, the promise, Rabbi, of my Lord, haqqa, is true. The promise of my Lord is very, very true. وَتَرَكْنَا, we left. بعضهم ترك ترك يترك يترك اترك, leave, to leave. وَتَرَكْنَا, we left. بعضهم, some of them. يومئذ, that day, يموج, موج, wave, wave, موج, wave, to wave, to be like, swinging like wave, في بعض, in some. I mean, people were engaged with each other. ونفخ, will be blown. نفخ, 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 to blow. نفخ, نفخ, blew, نفخ, was blown. في الصور, in horn. This is doomsday. Doomsday would come, and Israfil will blow into horn. فجمعنا, we collected, we gathered, jama, whom, them, jam'an, what collection, what gathering? We gathered them in a very strong gathering. Nobody will be out. Nobody will be out of that gathering. وَعَرَضْنَا, we are offering, exposing, presenting, Jahannam, Jahannam, يومئذ, that day, للكافرين, kafir, عرضا, present, exposition. We are going to expose Jahannam to kafir. Maybe just opposite. We will expose kafirs to Jahannam. We will push kafir. Jahannam is there. Push, 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 push. Lord, go in. But in Arabic, sometimes it is said reverse, to create a severe effect or more effect on the body. وَعَرَضْنَا, we art to present. وَعَرَضْنَا, we عَرَضَ عُرِضَ يَعْرَضُ يُعْرَضُ. عَرَضْنَا, we presented, we will present Jahannam, Jahannam, يومئذ, that day, للكافرين, for kafirs, عَرْضًا, exactly, عَرْضًا. وعرضنا جهنم للكافرين عرضا. الذين, those who, kafirs, كانت, was, is, أعينهم, their eyes, عين, في غطاء, in cover. Their eyes had a cover, had lid or lid. عن ذكري, from my zikr. They had covered, hijab, ghita, from my zikr, so they could not see my zikr. My zikr, maybe Quran, my remembrance, Allah is saying. وَكَانُوا, they were, كَانَ, كَانُوا, لا يستطيعون, unable, استطاع, طبع, استطاع, استطيع, يستطيع, يستطاع, سمع, listen. they were unable to listen to. They had a cover, could not see. They had a cover in their ears, could not hear. Then we will come back to analyze. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفحسب الذين كفروا أن يتخذوا عبادي من دوني أولياء إنا للكافرين نزلا. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا أولئك الذين كفروا بآيات ربهم ولقائه فحبطت أعمالهم فلا نقيم لهم يوم القيامة وزنا ذلك جزاؤهم جهنم بما كفروا واتخذوا آياتي ورسلي هزوا إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا صدق الله ربنا الأعلى. Yes, we are going back to 102. أفحسب, a question. فَفَا, you know, حسب, ظن, another word in Arabic. To guess, to estimate, to think. It is very interesting word. To calculate, to consider, to think, guessing. You don't know exactly, you don't know what it is, but guessing, estimating, thinking, estimating. In Arabic there is strong knowledge, yaqeen, there is zann, estimating, guessing, not strong knowledge, like opposite, like less than that. This concept is there, not there, I don't know in this setting, American setting, English setting. But this, and people make a lot of mistakes because of hasiba. Morning we were arguing, so I said, hey, in Quran, hisab is not rejected in the beginning of month, end of month, Ramadan, Eid al-Adha, because Quran said, وَلِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ. He fixed the orbits, sun, moon, same time, same thing. قَدَّرَهُ الْمَنَازِلَ, fixed manzils, وَلِتَعْلَمُوا, so that you may know عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ, numbers of the years, وَالْحِسَابِ, and hisab, calculation. Calculation is not rejected. 1, 2, 3 is not rejected. It is in Quran, not in one place, in many places. What is rejected? Guessing instead of calculation. You take someone, this much 1,000, 10,000, you count 1, 2, 3, 10,000, give back. $1 more, 1 cent more is haram. 1 cent less is haram. Less is haram, more is haram. Riba. How do you know? Because I calculated when he gave me, I counted when he gave me, I will count when I give back. But somebody is saying calculation is no problem, which that is not calculation. This is zan, guessing, not like, oh, I will give you a bunch of that, you get me a bunch of this, nobody knows what, how much. This is not acceptable. Anyhow, this is same word, language issue, how to understand Quran issue, language issue. A question, hasiba, thought, estimated. Allazina, those who kafaru, disbelieve. Do disbelievers think? Are they thinking? Are they guessing? Not knowing really, but they are considering, thinking that and that يتخذوا, they will take اتخذ, أخذ, أخذ, اتخذ, 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 يتخذ, يتخذ, اتخذ, اتخاذ, متخذ, متخذ, باب الافتعال. فاطمة, Maryam, remember, باب الافتعال. So, يتخذ, يتخذان, يتخذون is مضارع, because and يتخذون, noon fell down. There is noon here, but it is not there. Somebody says Quran, yeah, in Quran there are many things not written, but they are there. There are written, considered not to be there. There is wow, but not no mad. Ulaika, for example. أفحسب, did think, does think. الذين, those who consider or think or guess. الذين, those who kafaru, disbelieved, and that يتخذوا, they will take. عبادي, my servants. Abd, plural of عباد. Plural is عباد. My servants. Min duni, other than me. Dun. Min, from. Dun. غير. ولا إله غيرك. غير. Other than. Ni, me. Are disbelievers thinking that they will take my servants, people I created, human beings, other than me, awliya'a wali. Are they going to take, to accept people, their walis, not me? Wali, awliya. This awliya, this wali, this word wali, awliya is plural, is keyword nowadays spoken. Everybody is beating quite a time now about an ayah, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la tattakhizul yahuda wal nasara awliya. We studied that ayah quite a time here. O believers, don't take Jews and Christians awliya. Somebody translated friend, so everybody said, look, Christians, Muslims must not take Christians, Jews, friend. Somebody translated like that. Here, same word, awliya. Awliya has 100 words, authority in religion. وَلَا يَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ سَبِيلًا in Quran. So, this is the meaning of it. Not meaning friend, you can take friend anybody. But still you can take Allah authority, His authority, but These people are my friend. No problem. Friend, half friend, full friend, good friend, bad friend, friend. If English is fitting to that, okay, no problem. But we cannot take any human being, Christian, Jew, Muslim, authority in religion, rejecting Allah. That is the meaning of this. If somebody dictates you, ruler, king, tells you, this is the law, irrespective what Quran says, irrespective what Islam says, who are going to follow? That guy or Allah? You will follow Allah, because Allah is authority, not that guy. That guy is out of mind. He may beat you, and if he beats, he will have a problem at the day of judgment. He will pay for that. So, wali awliya issue. Inna, we a'tadna, prepared Jahannam. We prepared Jahannam, hell, lil kafirina, for kafirs. Nuzulan, dwelling, reaching place. Manzil, nuzul, manzil. The place where you descend from your camel. You are traveling, caravan, in the desert somewhere. Oh, there is an oasis, small place. 1 or 2 buildings over there, a little water. So, evening, sunset time, you reach there, you come down from your camel, tie your camel, provide some water, something. That is the temporary place, manzil. Guest house, caravan, sarai, big, small, for travelers to stay temporarily for 1 night or something, then leave. We made Jahannam for kafirs the place to end up, to descend down. They will end up kafirs. We prepared for that. A'tadna, atada. A'tada, urtida. A'tada, urtida, yu'tidu, yu'tadu. A'tid, i'tadun, mu'tidun, mu'tadun. This is from Babul If'al. Jahannam is lil kafirin, li harful jar, kafir from kafara, kafirun, kafirani, kafirina. Kafirani, kafiraini, kafiruna, kafirina, kuffarun, ve kuffarun, ve kafaratun, kafiratun, kafiratani, kafiratani, kafiratun, kawafiru. Grammar. My students were supposed to study, learned, I believe, inshallah. Qul, say. قال يقول, قال قيل, يقول يقال, قل, you say. Hal, question, like a. Nunabbi'ukum. Nunabbi'ukum, we come to you. Nunabbi'u, we are giving news. Naba, news. Surah al-Naba, chapter of news. Naba, nabba'a, nubbi'a, yunabbi'u, yunabba'u, nabbi, tanbi'un, munabbi'un, munabba'un, babu taf'il, yunabbi'u, yunabbi'u mudari, yunabbi'u yunabbi'ani, yunabbi'una. You come here, nunabbi'u, we are mudari, we are giving news. Are we giving news? You tell them, do you want me to give you news? Be with al-akhsarina. Akhsar, akhsaru, ismu tafdil from khasara. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر. Same word, خسر. Lose, losing. Losing. أخسر اسم التفضيل, superlative, most loser, highest loser, اسم التفضيل, superlative. Superlative. Do you want me to tell you who are most losers? Who are highest losers? A'malan, from the point of amal. Losers in what? In money? No. Losers in what? In health? No. Losers in? Losers could be any type of loser. So after this word, there is another word needed. That is a'mal here. A'mal is plural of amal. Amal, acts. You want me to tell you who are most losers in terms of acts and deeds. Who are? You want me to tell? You are not asking me, but I will tell you. That is the context of it. الذين, those who, ضل, gone astray, lost, finished, disappeared. ضل, ضل, ضلل, ضلل, يضلل, يضلل, ضل, ضل, يضل, يضل. It is like that Arabic. This is مضاعف. Same letter, ba, la, 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 la. Same letter, مضاعف. In my class. أقسام السبعة. أقسام السبعة. صحيح است مثال است مضاعف. لفيف ناقص مهموز أجواب. My students trying to learn. الذين, those who ضل, gone astray, سعيهم, lost, disappeared, سعيهم, their sa'i, efforts. Those people whose, their sa'i, efforts, actions and deeds, lost, no value, gone, finished. في الحياة الدنيا, in this life, حياة, life. Dunya, dunya, world. I mean, young generation doesn't know anything. You say hayah, they are looking at you. Dunya, oh, what is that? Problem. Young generation is problem. Muslim generation. Big problem. Terminologies, concepts, ideas, way of thinking, intellectual. Muslims have a big challenge in this country. And we are not at all up to challenge. I'm telling you. Days are passing, life is moving, people who are thinking, unable to do anything, huge problems, they will lament behind, mourn behind, for sometimes and die. You know, one of young person in Washington, D.C., a little bit senior young person, speaking with young people, one of them my student. So this, my student, and that leadership position, young, was speaking about a subject, Congress, White House, how to do, how to deal, and things like that. But somebody commented that, what about our elders, brothers, elderly people? This young boy, leadership, he said, wait, let them die. What kalam is this? He said, wait, young boy, because he meant, to me, excuse me, I am elderly person. I am included in that, but let us be. He said, wait, young boy, let them die, because you will not be able to change them. Then Maidan Square will be left for us, he said. Now, we cannot bring them here, we cannot cooperate with them, we cannot make them understand what we are doing. We cannot change them. Let us go on our way, wait, let them die. Good, bad, you like, you don't like, but reality. So, young generation does not understand these terms. الذين, those who are most losers, those who ضل, lost, disappeared. سعيهم, their سعي. سعي من ليس الإنسان إلا ما سعى. Whatever you have is سعي. You do is سعي. سعي, effort, action. Do, سعي. All what we do is sa'i, because that consumes effort, that needs effort. سعي, effort, striving. في الحياة الدنيا, in this world, they lost the value of this سعي, their سعي in this world has no value. وهم, and they يحسبون, think. They are thinking, they are considering, they are estimating, hoping. They are not knowing, they are not sure, they don't know really, but just guessing, they are guessing. حسب حسب يحسب يحسب, same word. أنهم, definitely they, يحسنون, doing good. صنع, did, action. صنع, did, do, thing, doing thing, created, craft. صنع, صنع, صنعت. يحسنون, from حسنة. حسنة, beautiful. أحسن, made beautiful. أحسن, يحسن, يحسن, يحسن. يحسن, يحسنان, يحسنون. مضارع, جمع. They are thinking that they are doing well in doing things, but they are not doing well in doing things. They are the losers. أخسرين. Their action, zero. ذلك, this or that, also, sorry, I will go back. Sorry, I jumped. أولئك, those. Look, after U, after Hamza, there is a waw in my Quran. In some Qurans, they don't write. This is a, not problem. I mean, academically, not problem. I touched to this subject in my khutbah, and I know this is nothing wrong. This waw is not, it is there, not pronounced. Ulaika, ulaika is plural of zalika. They, that. Ulaika, those are allazina, those who, allazi, allazani, allazaini, allazina. Allazina, allazina, ismul mawsul. Relative pronoun in English, but ismul mawsul in Arabic. Allazina, those, ulaika, those, allazina are those who kafaru, disbelieved, kafara, kafara, kafaru, madi. Biayati, ayats, ayat, ayat, plural. Rabbihim, of their lords. They are the ones who disbelieved in ayat, verses of their lords, وَلِقَائِهِ, and meeting him. Liqa, laqiya, to meet, mulaqa, meet. They are denying the verses of Quran sent by their Lord. Also, they are not believing and they are denying that they are going to meet him, capital H, their Lord, at the day of judgment and in Jahannam, in hereafter. They are saying that we are not going to, there is no day of judgment, no nothing meeting Allah over there, hisab, iqab, day of judgment, he will, they are not believing in that. فَحَبِطَ, حَبِطَ, حَبِطَ, vanished, perished, disappeared, lost, burned up, finished, turned to ashes. What? حبط حبط حبطوا حبطات. أعمالهم, their amals, عمل acted, their amals, zero, no value. Whatever they done good, gone, finished, no value, lost. فلا, not, نقيم, we are not establishing. قوم, قام, أقوم, باب الإفعال, أقوم, أقوم, يقوم, يقوم, أقوم, إقوام, مقوم, مقوم, يقوم becomes يقيم, نقيم here. We are not fixing, establishing lahum for them يوم القيامة قيامة day. قيامة, two meanings. One, doomsday, last day in this universe. Second, resurrection day, day of judgment. Two meanings. We are many times mixing these words, but it has two meanings. Actually, Qiyamah means standing day, because standing up, because resurrection from graves, people will come out, will stand, will go to Mahshar, meeting place. فَلَا نُقِيمُ لَهُمْ, we are not going to establish for them يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, day of judgment, وَزْنًا, measure, وَزْنًا, scale, وزن, to scale, to measure, to weigh something, وزن, وزنة, وزنة, measure, وزن, أوزان, plural, plural, أوزان is plural, وزنة is one word. We are not going to establish for them scale or meaning. Their rewards will not have any value to scale, to put on the to weigh. No, they will wrapped up well to Jahannam. No need of weighing, measuring. What measure? Gone, finished. All kharban, finished, lost. We are not going to try to find something like that, because they don't deserve anything good to take care of, or to find something, an excuse, so that their reward maybe a little more, and then they will go to paradise. No. ذلك, that is جزاؤهم, their jaza penalty. Anybody who doesn't know in my class, too bad. Jaza means penalty. But this is very interesting word. Penalty and reward, good and bad, anything compensated is included in jaza. The word jaza, saza and jaza, in Urdu somewhere, maybe in Persian, I'm not sure, in Turkish I don't know, but I think in Turkish too, we mainly are using jaza like for bad thing, punishment type of thing, not for good thing. But in Arabic, anything compensation given, good and bad reward, is jaza in Arabic. ذلك, that is جزاؤهم, their jaza, penalty or punishment, Jahannamu, their punishment is Jahannam. Their compensation, in return, something coming, is Jahannam. Why? B sabab. B is for sabab, reason. B has a lot of meanings in Arabic, 20 meanings. I had a book, 11 years old, it must be in my bundles of books which are left somewhere in Uluborlu. When you go in summer, you go visit my books, Nazreen, of course, Fatima and Maryam, you visit my books. Over there, say my salam. There is, I wrote a memoir over there, in a bundle somewhere. Never throw them anywhere. That is so valuable. 4 copies. There was no computer. Just type this. What is that copy paper you put? 4 copy.
Typewriter.
Typewriter, but you put some
Carbon paper.
Carbon, yeah, that with that. So you visit that. Don't throw it. My memory, my memoirs. Yeah, my grandchildren. But there may be some hidden things over there. Don't tell nobody. That is secret. Ya Rabbi. You opened. I did not do anything. I am a poor guy. So, ذَلِكَ جَزَاؤُهُمْ جَهَنَّمُ بِمَا. A book over there, very interesting book. I wish I could have that book. Now, for all harf jars, huruf jar, 20 huruf jar, harf jar in babata min an ala, that is the point. B has 20 meanings, as I remember, of other meanings, all in Quran. I mean, in reality it is with and to, giving to someone something like, or going somewhere with, B. But it has for meaning, it has min meaning, from meaning, it has this meaning, all in Quran, just one B. And all others, li, fi, have similar meanings, like each one, main one, and 20 additional ones. How are we going to solve? How are we going to learn? When? What? And I am going to Hajj. How can you go with this legs? I may die on that way. Can I die on that way? Hajj, I cannot reach with my legs, but I can. So this is the Bahri bi Payan, bottomless ocean, Islamic sciences. You may take niyyah, begin to go. You cannot reach, but you can die that way. No problem. That is good enough to get in paradise. Okay. Bima, they are punishable for Jahannam, by Jahannam, because sabab, ma, that kafaru, they disbelieve. Because they disbelieve, that is why they are thrown into Jahannam. وَاتَّخَذُوا, they took, اتَّخَذَوا اتَّخِذَا, يَتَّخِذُوا اتَّخَذَا, they took ayati, my verses, وَرُسُلِي, and my prophets, Rusul, Huzuwa, Makari. They made mockery of my verses of Quran and my prophets. You know, it is back home, people coming from back home, they may know, I believe, there are people who don't really practice Islam everywhere. Some of them drink alcohol and everything. But when it comes to respect Quran, they respect it. In Maykhana, where drunk people sit and drink, somebody may say one word against the Prophet, all other people jump, beat him up, throw him out. There is a virtue, there is a fazilat, some decency, even when they are not obeying. Nobody plays with Quran, nobody plays with the Prophet. Look, because what is saying Quran says they will go to Jahannam because they are making mockery. So there is a limit. You can know, you don't know, you may not know, you may get confused, you may ask questions decently, but don't play with Quran, with ayahs, don't make mockery with the prophets and everything. That is why Rushdie Salman Rushdie, of course, when anybody opened his book, this is what happened for me when I read Satanic book. I saw exactly the Prophet's life in that. But he was not saying Muhammad, he was not saying Aisha, he was not saying Khadija. But if you know, names different, style is different, but exactly story. Of course, Muslim will not accept, any Muslim, real Muslim will not accept anything like that, whether it is literature or no literature, because this is mockery. Mockery. Oh, mockery. With Quran, with Sunnah, with Hadith. Inna allazina, Inna definitely الذين those who آمنوا believed. Those who believed وعملوا acted الصالحات good things. Those who believed and acted did good things. كانت was is لهم for them. جنات gardens plural of جنة. الفردوسي Firdaus, a part of Jannah, Firdaus. Jannatu Adnin, Adn Jannah, Firdaus Jannah. Firdaus is my sister who passed away, older than me. Her name was Firdaus. So, Nuzula, Jannatul Firdausi, Nuzula. Those who believed and acted good deeds, for them, there is gardens of Firdaus, dwelling place, Nuzula, the place where they will be dwelling, descending to. Because Nuzula comes from Nazala, from coming down. Nazala al-Quran, Quran came down. It is something related with coming down. In this situation, you come down from your car, from your camel, settle, live, sit, stay, there. That is the meaning. Khalidina, they will enter paradise, Jannatul Firdaus, Khalidina, forever, Khalada, Hulud, forever, no end. That is the forever, no end, no time to end. Always, always, always. Fiha in that. La yabghuna, they will not want. Bagaya, bagawa, 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 bugiwa. La yabghuna, they will not ask. Fi anha, from that hibala change. People will be in paradise, Firdaus, forever, but nobody will think, I am bored. There is something better than here, somewhere. Let me change, have change. No change. Because you will be so happy, you will not desire any change. No need of change. Happy, fully happy, not desiring any hiwala. Hiwala, change, hawl. Hawl means change. Hawl, change. Years, hawl, another meaning of hawl is year. Hawalani hawl, for zakah. 1 year must pass. Because 1 year must turn. That is term. Hawalan, hawl. Hawalan, same word, hawl. Hawl, yahulu, hawl. Yahulu bayna al-mar'i wa qalbi. Enters in between, over there. Qul, say, لو if كان was البحر sea, بحر, sea, ocean. If was, say that if بحر, ocean was midadan, ink. Midad is ink. If all oceans, like oceans, seas, water, had been turned into inks. Ink. Oh, oceans, ink. For ink for what? For kalimati words. Rabbi, my Lord. Kalimat. If all oceans happen to be ink to write down, to be used, ink, for the words of my Lord, la, of course, nafida would finish. Al-Bahru, sea. All waters will finish. Nafida, finish. Nafida, finished, no more. Nafida. Qabla, before. And that, tanfada, finishes. Nafada, nufida, yanfadu, yunfadu, tanfadu, mudari. Kalimatu, words, Rabbi, my Lord. Before my Lord's words finish, ink will finish. I mean, ink will not be able, this many weeks, will not be able to write down the meaning of the words of Quran, of words of Allah. That big ink would not finish writing down the words of Rabbi. Tell them. So wide, so big. Well, even if, جئنا, we will come بمثله, equivalent of that, مثل, equivalent, مثل, similar. مددا, help. I mean, you have billions cubic. Perhaps somebody calculated, I don't know this, how many water or what is the size, I mean, calculation, something there. That many billions of cubic water. Say more, let us have more, use for ink, still never finishes. Tell them, never finish this ink, writing down the words of Lord. Now, how a person dares to translate Quran? I always wondered. Translation is good, of course. I'm not totally opposing. How do they dare? When has 100 meanings, you are writing here 1 meaning. Because if you write 100 of them, oh, nobody will buy. That is called Tafsir. Tafsir, I'm not against that much. Tafsir is a big thing, and there are Tafsirs. But translation, you need to put in one way or another in a few lines, 1 or 2 words, something like that. I mean, limit. How do you dare to limit 100 things in 2 things? How? And walk in the street, you did something. No. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. All you say, I want to finish this surah before time catches me. All you say, oh Prophet, this is the last ayah of the surah, Surah al-Kahf, last ayah of the middle surah, in the middle of Quran, so important, for me important. All you say, innama, only, ana, me, I. Basharun, I am bashar. Basharun, insanun, human being. You tell them, O Muhammad, you tell them, I am only human being. I am only human being. I'm nothing but human being. So, the Prophet was human being. Okay? Somebody visited me, very joyful, interesting person. For interview, she is studying to be ordained pastor, but elderly person. So I said about Isa alayhi salam, you mean incarnated? No, I said incarnate. I said, no, I did not say incarnate. No. I mean, of course, his terminology is for normal for him. I said, hey, stop. That I did not say. I oppose, we oppose. That one, oh, is it like that? Of course, that is like that. Incarnate God or something like that. Prophet, not a Muhammad. I am human being. I am human being, like you, like anyone. Okay? Mislukum, like you. Tell them, I am human being like you. Everyone. No deity, no divinity. no Trinity, no nothing. But, there is a but in English, not in Arabic. Yuha, given wahy. Wahaya, awhaya, uhiya, yuhiyu, yuhayu. Majhul, ismul majhul, mudari majhul. Being given revelation. I did not take revelation. It was thrown to me, given to me. I am passive. The Prophet is passive. Something else, active, is coming to him. Yuha ilayya, to me. I am human being like you, but yuha ilayya, I am given, being given wahy, revelation. That, annama, that, annama, only, ilahukum, your God, is ilahun, God, wahidun, one. This is what I was told. This is what I was given to me. Annama ilahukum ilahu wahid. Faman who? Fa, man, who? Kana was, is. Yarju, hopes. Rajava, rujiva. Yarju, yurjaw. Hope, to hope. Anybody who hopes, expects. Liqa'a, meeting, past, before. Liqa, laqiya, past. Rabbihi, his Lord. Anybody who is expecting to meet his Lord, فَلْيَعْمَلْ, let him do act. عَمَلًا, action, صالحا, good. عَمِلَ, يَعْمَلُ, يُعْمَلُ. Anybody who is believing in the hereafter, anybody who is hoping, in his hope, in his expectation positively, there is in his expectation that he will meet his Lord Allah. What he must do? He must act, يعمل, order, to third person. أمر الغائب, عملا, act, صالحا, good. ولا, not. Yushrik, he must not do shirk, associate, sharik, match, ascribe, match, partner. Bi'ibadati Rabbihi, in the worship of his Lord, ahadan, nobody. He must not associate in worshipping anyone to his Lord. He must worship to his Lord only, not to something else, gods, demigods, statues, human beings. He must not do that. I think this is the end of this surah, and we finished Kahf, Surah al-Kahf this time. Inshallah, next week we will be continuing.